Hi guys, Harry here from Colour Pencil Reviews. Thanks very much for joining me today on this horrible, wet, cold, disgusting UK day. First of all, as you can see here, I'm going to be doing a review of the Caran D'Ache Supracolor Soft water-soluble pencils. I'll get into that in a second. First of all, I just want to apologise for the last review. If you've seen the Koh-i-Noor Polycolour review, ordinarily what I do is when I'm talking about what's written on the pencil, the shape of the pencil, the size of the core and stuff like that, I take high definition photographs and I embed those into the video so that people can get a much clearer view of the pencil and the information that I'm trying to refer to, as opposed to just zooming into it on the camcorder. And for some reason, when I was doing the editing of the Koh-i-Noor video, everything was fine on Final Cut Pro, and then when I uploaded it to YouTube, I noticed that the images that I had put into the video were just purple. They were coming up. So I don't know what's happened there. The images have been lost in upload or something. I'm not 100% sure. So if you do want to see the images, you can go across. I have said in the description box down below, there is a link on that Koh-i-Noor one. If you want to go across and see the images that I'm referring to, they are up on my website. And you'll just get to see what it is I'm talking about. Like I say, they're high definition images, so they're pretty clear. And that's pretty much the case for all reviews that I do here on YouTube. If you go across to Colour Pencil Reviews, I also do like a written review and obviously links to where you can buy the product and all that type of stuff. There's obviously a lot more information I can put into a written review as opposed to a video review. So anyway, let's get back right on to the review. Now, I've been dying to get a tin of these for myself for quite a while now. I would love to have got the biggest set, which is 120, but unfortunately I could just afford the 40 set at this particular time because I've been getting lots of requests to review lots of different pencils that I didn't have, so I've gone out and bought those and put my money into those as opposed to what I would like to have done, which is get the 120 set of these. But I'll talk a little bit about Caran D'Ache, and anybody that is into colour pencils, they're going to know everything there is to know really about Caran D'Ache. But they are a Swiss-based company. Geneva is their headquarters. Basically, the standard of pencils that I have used from Caran D'Ache have been absolute excellent. The craftsmanship, and that's exactly what it is. I mean, they actually put on their website that the craftsmanship that goes into their pencils and pens and paints and things like that are that of the craftsmanship that went into the old Swiss watchmakers and jewellery that the Swiss produced all those years ago. And if anybody has ever had like a proper Swiss made watch, you will know exactly the level and detail of craftsmanship that the Swiss have put into those products, which is the reason why they're globally renowned. And it's also worth mentioning that, I only found this out today as well, that Caran D'Ache are the only manufacturing company of writing and drawing equipment on Swiss soil. So I don't know whether that's because, you know, to set up shop and try and compete against Caran D'Ache would be you would have to be pretty good to compete against a company like Caran D'Ache on their products. So let's get into the actual review. As you can see here, this is just the 40 set. It's a tin. I'll go through all the sets later on. And the back here, there's just a lot of information written down in different languages about it. And for the life of me, I can't find the English version of it. But nevertheless, I'm sure it's not that important. So let me turn this tin back over. As we open the tin, on the top there, you got the Caran D'Ache logo and Supracolor down at the bottom, or Supracolor, I don't know how to pronounce it. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can get to see the colours a little bit better. There you go. 40 beautiful colours. Actually, I think while I'm just talking about this 40 set, I think Marty from Owen's Art, he actually said this, and I 100% agree with him. I think whenever you're getting colour pencil sets, if you're absolutely strapped and you're on a really, really tight budget, not a lot of companies do this, but Caran D'Ache do sets of 18, and I think 18 is a perfect number of colour pencils to get because it's going to include all the primary colours that you need and then a couple of extras, which is basically all the colours that you're going to need just to start off with. Other companies do 12 and 24, so Caran D'Ache do this 18, which kind of like hits right in the middle, which is good. I think some other companies are starting to do that now as well. But onto the pencil itself. So as you can see here, it's a hexagonal pencil. The shape of it is hexagonal. Along the side here, the information that is written on here is Supracolor 2 Soft. There's the little paintbrush logo which lets you know that it's a water soluble product. Then it says Caran D'Ache, Swiss made, and then there's a number there. Now that number doesn't correspond to the colour. I'm not too sure what that is, but it doesn't correspond to the colour. When you turn the pencil over, the colour name is printed on here, as you can see. And there is a number right beside it, and that number does correspond to the colour if you're looking to get that particular colour pencil. And right on the very tip here is a star, and this lets you know the light fast rating of the pencil. So I'll show you a few other ones here, because the one I have at the minute is a 1 star. There's a 2 star, and this is a 3 star rating pencil. So the stars obviously refer to the light fast rating that Caran D'Ache have, and as we all know, the light fast rating of Caran D'Ache products is excellent. The core size of the pencils, so in other words the lead, the pigment that you're going to be using on the Caran D'Ache Supracolor Soft, it's 3.8 millimeters, so it's nice thick jam-packed pigment lead. The barrel therefore is going to be around about 6.97 millimeter diameter, and the feel of these pencils is, you know, me personally, I prefer round pencils. That's just a personal thing. It's got nothing to do with the performance of the pencil or anything like that, and I'm not too sure what, you know, why I feel like that. But using the luminance and the Faber-Castell Polychromos and the Derwent Artist pencils and the Derwent Colour Soft, they're all round based pencils. I just prefer those than the hexagonal pencils, and you tend to find that most, not all, but most of the pencils that are water soluble are hexagonal. And I don't know whether that's just by chance or whether there's a reason behind that. Mind you, having said that, the Derwent Inktense pencils are water soluble, and they're not hexagonal, they're round. Like I said, the light fast rating of these pencils are dictated to by the stars, and 3 being the highest and 1 being the lowest. The vast majority of the pencils in this set are 3 or 2. There's only I think there's 1 or 2 pencils that are rated as 1 star, but I'll give specific details about how many of them are 3 and how many of them are 2 in the description box down below, and I'll also obviously go into greater detail on my blog. So let's just move the tin over to the side for a second. Okay, as you can see here, this is my colour swatch done for the Caran D'Ache Supracolor. Now I haven't actually activated these. This swatch is just dry, and as you can see here, I've obviously put heavier pressure and then lighter pressure, just give it a little bit of gradient effect, because obviously you can use these pencils dry whenever you're doing a piece of artwork, but I will activate them in a second and show you what they are like when they are activated. But as you can see here, the colour range in this 40 set is excellent, I think. There's plenty of reds, magentas, and the blues as well. You can see these 2 like violet and periwinkle blue down at the bottom, and then you've got this lovely range of blues here. Maybe a little bit overboard in the blues. They maybe could have put 1 or 2 others, took 1 or 2 of these out. And then all these lovely aquas, jade greens, darker greens, sap green, down at the bottom here, these brown and green ochres, and then this lovely russet colour up at the top here. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can get a better view of some of these colours. This beautiful russet colour, burnt sienna, and they have a decent selection of greys. They have a light grey, a grey, and then they've got this like greyish black, it's called, and you can see like a little tinted blue to it, I suppose it is, and then they've got black, and then they have this beautiful bluish pale, it's called, down at the bottom here. So as you can see there, the colours are really quite nice, vibrant, stand out really well. Now, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to use this watercolour paper. This is Daler and Rowney, it's 140 cold pressed paper, and I'm going to get some of the pencils out, not all of them, just activate it on this paper and let you see the vibrancy of the colours. Just let me make sure I'm getting everything there. So we'll just lift out a few colours as we're going along. This one is Scarlet, so just put a nice thing down there. That's Scarlet. This one's Ultramarine. Now I'm not going to do a blendability test on this one, because although you can use these pencils dry and stuff like that, I don't really think that that's what they're intended to be like. So in terms of when you're blending them, well, they're water soluble pencils, so you blend them water solubly, if that's even a word. This is like a spruce green, this is. You can see there the beautiful colours. I'll zoom in a second and you'll be able to see the colours a little bit better. This is this russet colour I was pointing out to you a little bit earlier on. I'll use some lighter colours as well so that you can see how well they perform. This is this bluish pale. And then I'll put some of the black down as well so that you can get an idea of how that's going to come out. Okay, now I've obviously sharpened these pencils, and they sharpen really well as well. So I'm going to be using this Caran D'Ache water pen. Just let me get a paper towel. Okay, so now normally the tell of a good watercolor pencil is when you activate it, it doesn't leave all the lines. If you can see here, the lines that are evident whenever you're laying it down. Let me zoom in a little bit here because I want you to see. You can see there that the vibrancy on this is just gorgeous, and how long it'll, you know, you can pull that colour out quite a bit before it starts fading. And let me move on to the blue. And you can see there, it's so, I mean, it just dissolves so easily. It's, I mean, there's no pencil line, no visible pencil lines underneath that in any case. You can obviously see it goes much darker once you start using it, or once you activate it, sorry, with the water. I think I put a bit too much water on there actually. And that's really it in terms of activating it and using it as it's meant to be, really, which is water soluble based. Like I said, whenever you are using these pencils, if you're going to start using them dry and stuff like that, I've never used a water soluble pencil and tried to blend it. I suppose I can do it now and see what it's like, because maybe other people are asking the same question. So if you got a yellow, a red, mind you, it's sense is trying to do this here because this is a watercolor paper. It's not going to blend in any case. And then a blue. I've done this all around back to front. So if you're going to blend that with an ordinary dry blender, I'm sure it will mix well, just like an ordinary wax or oil-based pencil would do. And as you can see there, it kind of has. And then this red and yellow is going to give you like a nice orange. But as you can see, there's a very powdery feeling to that. Let me zoom in so you can see that a little bit better. See, there's a very powdery, gritty feeling to that. And then likewise, in terms of erasability, which again, you know, if you're going to be using these as they are intended, which are water soluble, then you would just blot the colour off with a paper towel. But if you wanted to do, you know, use them as just a dry based material, then I'll use this little Tombow mono eraser and erase off. So the colour lifts okay when it's dry, not too bad actually. And I'll use my Faber-Castell putty eraser as well. And you can see there, it does lift off the colour quite well. But you know, I think anybody that's used colour pencils, they know that the water soluble, whatever's, I know it's gum arabic and stuff like that, but the I think it's very different. It looks very different whenever you're comparing it against oil or wax based pencils. So that's the test. As you can see, when you activate this, the coverage of it is beautiful. I mean, it's the coverage is very, very smooth. There's no lines underneath. Later on, I will be doing these against some other watercolor pencils that I have, like the Faber-Castell Albert Dürer and the Derwent range that they have, and a couple of other watercolors. But for now, this is just about the Caran D'Ache. Now, to wrap up this review, I'm just going to quickly show you what they look like on black paper. Now, I'm not going to activate them with water on here, because this isn't, first of all, this isn't watercolor paper, but I'm just going to lay down a few colours and you can see the vibrancy of the colours all against the black paper, and you can see there that they're very opaque, the colours that I'm using here anyway, and they actually they stand out really well against this black paper. Some colour pencils that I've used in the past, not so much, but with these, they really do stand out well against the black paper. And let me just zoom in again and you can see what they look like. And that's it. And finally, now that I'm just wrapping up here, so that's the Caran D'Ache Supracolor Soft water soluble pencils. They are a beautiful pencil to use. They come in sets of 12, 18, 30, 40 and 80 and 120. Now they come in box sets as well. They have two box sets, an 80 and a 120 box set. Now here in the UK, and I've pulled these prices off Amazon because that's probably the most globally placed, but obviously you can try and source them cheaper somewhere else. But off Amazon, the UK based Amazon, for a 12 set you're looking at about £15, 18 set you're looking £21, for a 30 set it's about 40 quid, For a 40 set, about 55. 80 set is £107, and 120 set is £184. If you wanted the box sets, for an 80 set it's about 170, and for a 120 set it's about £260. In the US, the prices that I got for US, $23 for a 12 set, $32 for an 18 set, $39 for a 30 set, $72 for the 40 set, $141 for the 80 set, and $215 for the 120 set. They also obviously have box sets. The 80 box set is about $250, and the 120 box is $300, give or take. And then open stock, here in the UK they're about £2 open stock, and in the US they're about $2. So that is it for the Colour Soft. If you're looking for a water soluble pencil, you know, if your budget will stretch it, you should definitely look at the Caran D'Ache Supracolor Soft pencils. They are exactly what they are called here. They are beautifully soft, and whenever you are activating them with the water brush or ordinary watercolor brushes, it just works beautifully. So anyway guys, thank you very much for watching this video. I want to wrap it up. I don't want it to go on too long. I really appreciate all the support you've given me. Don't forget, you can see a more in-depth review of this product over at Colour Pencil Reviews. And you can also follow me on lots of social media sites now. I'm not going to go through them all. The links are down below in the description. Or if you go across to my website, all the links will be over there as well. Thanks very much guys. Look forward to seeing you again next time. And stay safe. Bye.